Good morning, everyone. My name is Marcel from class 63.2D 13. My student ID number 63251360. And today I would like to present a topic entitled Inside Computer. Computer have become essential for our daily lives. We use them for studying, working, communicating, and entertainment. However, many people use computer without understanding what is actually inside them. In this presentation, I will explain major hardware components inside a computer, their function, and how they work together. To make computer operate efficiently, let's begin. What inside? Before discussing its component, let's look at big picture. Inside every computer, there are several essential components that perform different tasks but work together as one complete system. The seven main components are the motherboard, CPU, RAM, storage, power supply unit, graphic processing unit, and cooling system. As component has unique responsibility, and if one component fails, the overall performance of the computer may be affected. Motherboard. The first component is the motherboard, which is often called the backbone of a computer. The motherboard is the main circuit board that connects every hardware component together. It's always communication between the processor, memory, storage device, graphic card, and other peripherals. It also provides slot for RAM, expansion card, and storage device, making it possible to upgrade the computer in the future. Without the motherboard, not none of the computer components called communicates one another effectively. CPU. Next, in the central processing unit or CPU, the CPU is commonly known as the brain of the computer because it processes instruction from calculation and control almost every operation inside the system. Every time we open the application, browse the internet, or play a game, the CPU is responsible for executing test command. CPU performance is general measured gigahertz or GHz. A hex clock speed usually means the processor can perform more operation every second, resulting better performance. Storage. The next important component is storage. Storage is where the operating system, software and personal files are permanently saved. There are two common types of storage. The first is the hard disk drive or HDD. It offers storage capacity, a lower cost, but operates more slowly because it is used mechanical spinning disks. The second is the solid state drive or SSD. SSD US flash memory, making them much faster, whether more durable and more energy efficient than HDDs. Today, SSDs are become the preferred cost because they are simply to import computer performance. Power supply unit. PSU. Now let's discuss the power supply unit or PSU. The PSU convert alternating currents or AC electricity from the wall outlet into direct current or DC electricity, which is required by computer component. In simple terms, the PSU supply stable electrical power to every component is the computer. Causing is really stable PSU very important because it protects hardware in stable electrical condition and ensure the system operates safely. Graphic Processing Unit GPU. The next component is the Graphic Processing Unit or GPU. The GPU is responsible for rendering images, videos, and animation that ever on the monitor, while the GPU handle general computing, as the CPU specializes in processing graphics much more efficiently. The component is especially important for gaming, video editing, 3D animation, engineering software, artificial intelligence, and graphic design application. A more powerful GPU delivers smooth graphic and faster visual processing. Cooling system. Every every electronic component products have well operating their force computer requires a cooling system to manage such operating temperature. Cooling system usually consistent of cooling fans and heatsins. The fans circulate cool air through the computer case, while the heatsinks abroad anticipates heat generate by components such as the CPU and GPU without proper cooling. Excessive heat can reduce performance, damage hardware, and shorten the lifespan of the computer. How components work together. After understanding each component individually, let's see how they work together. First, the PSU provider, electrical provider, the motherboard. The motherboard distribute power and now allow communication between all of their components. The CPU processor, instruction, and data received from memory and storage. The GPU handle graphical processing and display the output and the monitor. Meanwhile, the cooling system continuously performs access to maintain stable performance. In other words, every component independent on the other to create one complete and efficient my computer system. Key takeaways. The summarize today's presentation, the motherboard support and was the central communication. The CPU process all instruction and calculation frames temporary storage activity, therefore you can access permanently several files and application. The VSC supplies electrical power, the GPU manages graphic processing. Finally, the cooling system prevents overheating and keeps the computer efficiently. Understanding the component helps us make better disguising when using maintaining of and upgrading a computer. In conclusion, every hardware component inside a computer has a specific role, but they all work together to deliver reliable and efficient performance. By understanding the internal component of computer, we can appreciate how modern technology support our daily activities, improve productivity. Thank you very much for your attention. There is in the end my presentation. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer them.